Hello everyone. What you're actually looking at right now is a Drobo dashboard, and the Drobo, for those of you who don't know, it's a device by Data Robotics, which allows you to easily set up a RAID array. They call it smart RAID technology, meaning that unlike normal RAIDs, you can mix drives, you can um, use any size drive, any brand, as long as it's a SATA drive, it'll work, and that's different from most RAID arrays that you set up. So the Drobo is unique in that sense. In this particular video, for those of you who have or are contemplating purchasing a Drobo, we're going to show you the relative ease in which you can add or replace a drive. So if you notice here, my capacity is 432 gigabytes. That's what I have left. And we want to increase that. So right here, I'm going to take out this 750 gig drive, and I'm going to be replacing it with a 3 terabyte drive. Let's get started. So now I'm back in my server closet, and you can see my Mac Mini, which is functioning as a server. My Drobo is attached to it. And the first thing I'm going to do on this Drobo is remove this cover. And as you can currently see, I have all green lights, and that indicates that everything's good. And right here, these are capacity lights, and the last two are not lit. You can't see it real good on the video, but they're not lit. We're almost completely full, about 20% away, and that's what I want to avoid. So I'm going to replace this bottom 750 gig drive with a new drive, and I'm going to be using a 3 terabyte Barracuda 7200 RPM Seagate drive. Again, you can use any drive. You can mix and match. It doesn't have to be the same brand. It doesn't have to be the same size. You don't have to concern yourself with that, unlike most RAID technology. So here's the new drive. I'm going to break the seal on this static packaging and take it out of the static wrap. Here it is. Okay, so these have to be SATA though. I think I mentioned that earlier. So now I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to pull out this bottom 750 drive. Now this can be done live. You don't have to shut down anything. You can be watching a movie while this happens. And if you see right away, I have a red light on this bottom one indicating that there's a problem, which is obviously so. There's no drive. I mean, we just removed it. So you can see that here, it's red. Down here, it's red also, saying that there's a problem with that drive. And again, we're looking at the Drobo dashboard, and this thing will let you know, it gives you the status of everything that's going on. So obviously, once we remove that drive, even though you can continue to do whatever you're doing and your data is protected, it's just giving you a warning that there's actually nothing there. So back to our task at hand. Let's pop in our 3 terabyte drive here. And it's spinning up. And there you go. See, it's flashing between green and orange. They're all green. Green and orange means that your data is being redistributed across all the disks, including the new one. Now, this may take some time, but we're done. Let's take a look at this on the dashboard and wrap up. So in wrapping this thing up, we've actually replaced a 750 gig drive with a 3 terabyte drive in our Drobo. Everything's working. It is redistributing the data, as I mentioned before. Down here is now a 3 terabyte drive. Before, you remember, that was a 750 gig. And data redistribution is in progress. And now it's just a waiting game. This could take up to 24 hours or so because of the size of and the amount of data that we have on here. So it's a very long process. The only thing to keep in mind at this point is that if we had another hard drive failure at this point, our data would be at risk. So there's just a small window in there when your data is at risk, and that is like right now while it's redistributing your data across all of the hard drives. But other than that, it's done. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.